All right, I call this January 5th, 2026 meeting to order. If you all rise for invocation and pledge of allegiance. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meeting. We thank you for this day. We just ask that you be with us tonight and guide us in our decision-making. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you do the roll call, please?
Commissioner Shaver. Here. Commissioner Arndt. Here. Commissioner Peak. Here. Commissioner Haskell.
Here.
Commissioner Pearl Wright. Here. Commissioner Whitaker.
Here.
Commissioner Moudry.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Here.
Commissioner Drosha.
Here.
Commissioner Toomey.
Here.
Commissioner Hanson.
Here.
Commissioner Christensen. Commissioner Holmes. Commissioner Barber.
Here.
Chairman Mott.
Here. All right, next up, we have the election of the vice chair. I have a nomination for Commissioner DeRocha as vice chair. Second by Commissioner Arndt. Are there any other nominations? There's none. Need a motion to close nominations?
Motion to close nominations. Support.
Moved by Commissioner Shaver, support by Commissioner Arndt. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, we have to actually vote. So,
To vote on the one?
we have to vote on the, yeah. So all those in favor for Commissioner DeRocha, for vice chair?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Now.
Again, thank you.
Maybe I should have voted.
All right, clerk, would
You
you,
know?
No.
oath of office?
I think it's
Oh,
on.
I need a microphone.
Thank you. Do you solemnly swear that you'll support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and you will faithfully discharge the duties of vice chairperson for 2026 according to the best of your ability?
I do. Thank you.
All right, next up, we have the adoption of the rules of procedure. The main thing, if you've looked in your packet, the main thing that changed for this time around is under the attendance. And basically, it's staying the same, other than giving some accountability to us as commissioners for absentees. And it's basically what we've been doing, calling in, calling the chair, calling Connie, and just stating your absence. And it's something that we can do to help, if, for instance, a new commissioner comes on or somebody just starts not attending. So when it comes to the committees, it still has to go to the full board for a vote if we want to take them off that committee. There's nothing we can do on the full board if one of us stops coming to board meetings. There's nothing we can do for that. But this is just kind of help us to have some accountability and to the public for that. So that's the only change as far as the procedures. Did I miss anything on that? Okay.
No, there's a summary of amendments. That's not in the packet.
Not yet.
It's a lot of grammar and just some general clarifications and housekeeping type things that were done. If anybody has any questions about any of them, we'd be happy to answer anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Haskell.
Yeah, for the attendance policy, if I remember reading it right, I don't have my packet open here, but it allowed the chair of the committee to bring forward the issue, correct?
Yeah.
Does it allow any of the other board members to bring forward a complaint?
Well, if the commissioner in question has the ability to appeal, and then it will go to the full board to.
Yeah, I guess my point is that it kind of gives power to those that have, that are running the meeting, right? So if someone in the majority has someone that's routinely missing, they're not held accountable in the same way that someone in the minority might.
It pretty much across the board. I mean, I don't,
So me as,
it doesn't matter what party it is. I mean, if you miss two, unexcused, and you just flat out just don't notify anybody, it doesn't matter what party it is.
okay, so at that point in time, anyone in the committee could say, Mr. Chair, this needs to be,
Address.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess my final question is for like unavoidable work conflict. There's many of us here that, have 40-hour a week, maybe even more work commitments outside of that. Is it going to be the chair that determines what is unavoidable? Or when we say like, hey, I'm stuck at work, can't make it, is it going to be assumed that it is unavoidable?
Yeah, it's all of that, it would be unavoidable.
Okay.
We all have stuff that comes up. There's very little we can do to safeguard or try to hold us accountable to the public for making meetings. I mean, I don't see a problem, but I think this is something we can do to at least police ourselves a little bit in that area, because we are accountable to people of this county,
Yeah, and I'm 100% on board. I mean, I took almost all of my vacation time this year to make sure that we hit those budget meetings, and that quorum was met there. I don't want to get into a position where it's utilized for pettiness or, some sort of vendetta that someone might have against another board member.
for some future chair to abuse the power.
No, I'm not trying to make the accusation that that's something that's happening now. When I see terms like unavoidable work conflict,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that it's understood here at the board that it's not for one in particular person to determine what is unavoidable. We're elected officials. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if our attendance is such an issue, that's an issue at the ballot box too, and people need to face the consequences there. But as long as we're not going to be weaponizing it, I'm in favor.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it enough in this board that we all realize, the kind of situation, and we always wanted to hold ourselves accountable. I think this kind of helps put a procedure into place for future boards. Commissioner Drosha.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To your point, and to Commissioner Haskell's point, that is one thing that we've talked about in the past, is the commitment. And I understand other obligations. I had another obligation this evening that I skipped. But when we take on this position, we have to understand whether if we're not available for committee meetings, don't volunteer to be on a committee. We've got technology now that we can sit on the meetings online. There's nothing here that's hidden from anyone. And I would rather see somebody that says, I can either sacrifice time to do these things, or if I'm not able to sacrifice, I'm not going to hold a seat because it's going to be a problem in the future. So I don't know what the real answer is to it. If we were all younger and all held 40-hour work weeks, maybe a different topic tonight. I don't know. But we might be meeting every night. But anyway, that is certainly a consideration when you're asked to serve on a committee. Can you meet that commitment?
Commissioner Toomey?
Thank you. I guess broadly, I agree with the comments from both yourself, Mr. Chair, Commissioner Haskell, and Commissioner Drosha as well. I just struggle with this type of thing in general because I really do agree with the sentiment. It's an issue for the ballot box. If people do have such an issue, like we have two commissioners that didn't make it tonight. I have no doubt that they're fully committed to this job and they had some valid reason for not being here. I don't really care. I don't want to know. I fully trust that they had something, they were sick or whatever. I don't love this in general. I had the same issue a year ago or two, I think it was a year ago when we passed a version of this. And I was like, hey, let's be really specific about how we define these things. I was told it was fine. We didn't do that. And then I got burned on it later. So I just don't love the whole concept of this. I do believe that everybody here is trying to do their best to get to everything they can, especially when like last minute meetings are for budget or whatever are scheduled. I think that like some of those are scheduled within a few days or whatever of them happening. So it can be really hard for people to actually get to those sometimes. I don't think it's a reflection of how much they care about this job. I'd also like to say it's as far as to my knowledge, we've always made quorum. And like some folks, I don't know how long you've been on the board, Commissioner Groscher. I know Jeannie's been here for 16 years combined in some way now, but like that's a lot of time. Unexcused, according to this policy, is going to happen. We can't expect people to never leave the state to go visit family or something for 16 years. Like that's a little unreasonable in my opinion. So that's kind of where I'll leave it. I guess also I'll talk about the other section that I saw changes in as well. Let me pull up that other section really quick. Just give me one moment. View file. Sometimes I can see these things easier on my phone, which is really funny. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Resignations. Thank you. I just found it. So it says a resignation will be effective as of the date established by the chair, but no later than the date indicated as effective by the resigning commissioner. I know we had a resignation this past year, and that's always tough to have to hold those special elections and all that. I was just kind of wondering what the impetus was for that, because I don't really think can we even regulate that? Like if a commissioner says, I'm going to step down at this date, can you say, oh, actually, you're going to step down before that? Like that's kind of how this reads to me. I don't really understand how that would work because it says it'll be effective as of the date established by the chair, but no later than the date indicated as effective by the resigning commissioner. So is that like?
I think if I remember right, that the commissioner stepping down needs to write a letter first. If I remember, in the whole process of Tim leaving, chair cannot take action until he writes officially a letter to the board or to the administrator or chair that I am leaving. And I think, am I correct on understanding that the chair, what you just read, cannot take action until that happens?
Right. Sorry. Go ahead. I was saying my concern is not with that process. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I'm saying that it says, so let's say that a commissioner says, I want to resign on October 25th as of today, right? They write that letter today. The way I'm reading this, it would say like the chair can say, okay, your effective resignation date will be October 25th, or I can choose to set it earlier. I'm going to say that you have to resign on July 22nd or something.
Okay. I read that the opposite.
Okay.
I read that the chair can't take action until after that letter comes in.
Okay.
If I'm wrong,
I'm looking at page 7, the first yellow paragraph, I guess. If I'm incorrect on that, that's fine. I just didn't understand how that would work exactly. And I hope it's not a frequent problem that we have anyways, so.
I guess the only thing I would look at on that, if you read the first section that says, in the event a date is not indicated, the resignation shall be effective as of the date established by the chair. So to me, that would be, you kind of know somebody's gone, but they haven't told you, so you're going to give the date. But if they give a resignation date that's later, that would be the date that would be accepted.
Is that legal though? Can you tell somebody you're going to resign on this date? I don't
Well,
really do that.
what? Yeah, if they didn't put a date in the letter. Obviously, it's going to be a discussion that's had, but let's just say if somebody just moves and just, they've moved, so at some point, somebody has to take action. So now you're going to go to the clerk and say their address is at it. So I think that's probably more where that was coming from.
which would probably be a rare instance. But
Right, I'm not saying this is something that would like happen regularly. I'm just like looking at it and it was unclear to me, so.
Can't happen for another year, I'll just tell you that. If you need, we can, go through that language under concept and bring this back with a change if you want.
I just didn't want it to incentivize, the way I read it, to me, it was like incentivizing, like, oh, I don't want to be forced to resign earlier, so I'm gonna submit this resignation the day
No.
before. Like, that's kind of how, I wanted to avoid that situation.
No, that's not the,
That's pretty much, it's really the commissioner resigning has that control to a point, obviously.
No, I was more so not saying if they moved or anything, but if they were just resigning because, I don't know, they resigned for some reason, they are still eligible to hold office. I didn't want them to be
Forced out, is
forced
what
out
you're saying.
early, is what I'm saying. I didn't want it to incentivize somebody like holding that information until the day before they want to resign, so they are not forced to resign 6 months earlier than intended.
I see how you're reading.
Right, you see what I mean? That's all I'm worried about. I didn't want to like incentivize like, oh, let's do this at the last minute possible, and then nobody knows. That's my concern, that's all. Very niche.
Commissioner Purwhite?
Okay, so here's what happened last year. So I just want to make sure that if it happens again, that I'm not unexcused. Last year, I did my best to book a flight to see my out-of-state daughter. And so that's already set up, and I've determined how to get this happening for a week. And then we had the special budget meeting. So that's how I ended up listening. And so I just wanted to make sure, would that be considered an exception or an approval or what? 'Cause
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
know that.
basically, I mean, we're all gonna have stuff come up, and so it's basically doing what we've been doing. We've all of us said, hey, we're not gonna be able to make it here, for whatever reason, okay? Most of us, we all have they're all good reasons. So it's not about picking apart some reason and giving the chair power to say, no, that's not good enough, you're unexcused. That's not it.
Okay.
It's just getting to the point where we don't have someone abusing, absentees and not showing up.
Okay.
Because we've had that in the past, and we don't want that. We want to be accountable to the board and to the public, so.
Because I'd rather it be 3 times if you're going to count it against me.
How many meetings have you missed as a board chair, as a commissioner in your 16 years? How many board
1,
meetings?
because I had the airline ticket.
That's a board meeting, though. I mean, board meetings, you never miss any.
Oh, no, 100%
16
at the
years,
board,
no absence is pretty good.
so far.
I wouldn't be too worried about it.
Yeah, Commissioner Toomey.
I guess, once again, I'm fine with this in concept. I don't necessarily dislike it, but I would then like to see because what you just explained, I'm totally fine with. But like it says in here, the respective chairperson shall initially determine whether the absence qualifies as excused. So you are putting a qualifier, right? It's not like, if you want to just say, hey, you need to reach out 48 hours, 24 hours, or as soon as whatever possible in advance, let the chairperson, let Connie, let the board chair know, or whoever the administrator is, that you're not going to be there. I'm completely fine with that, and if you don't do it, you're unexcused. I have no problem with that at all. I just don't really want to know. I don't want to have anybody have to justify, oh, hey, I have a work thing. Oh, well, is it really unavoidable or whatever, right? It's just how it's written. I don't like it. And like under these rules, what Jeannie described would not count as unexcused under what's listed in here. Or, I mean, excused, sorry.
Well, what I think, and I understand what you're getting at, and there's also a qualifier there that unexcused, and the reason for the number is if someone starts abusing that, and like, even if you do call in, I think the chair needs to have some kind of power to say, hey, this seems to be kind of abuse, we need to, and that's up to the chair to have that private conversation, but I think it also has something in there that the chair can bring to the board or some kind of procedure. Because it could go on indefinitely. You can call in every single time and miss 4, 5, 10 times a year, and that's kind of abusive. I don't see that ever happening, but if you ever get to that extreme, I think the chair needs to have some kind of recourse or action to take, or else you could
So
just.
you want to make it 5, 10? I mean, I don't know, like if that's, I'm just once again, I'm very hesitant on these type of policies broadly. I don't like them.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all adults. I trust people to, handle their lives. That's all I have to say. I won't beat it to death anymore. That's kind of just where I'm at on it.
All right, there's also in there one change on the date for Public Works. So we are offering, or we're gonna put it up to change it back to the second Wednesday that it used to be at 9 AM. We changed it to the first because we were trying to give staff time between public, or Ways and Means, because there's so much material that has to be, established for that meeting. However, the way we've done it this last year, Public Works happens so early in the week, it turns out there's a lot of information that comes in that doesn't make it in the packet that probably could have or should have. So if we can move it back to its original spot on the second Wednesday of the month at 9 AM, that's what we're proposing.
Works with my planner.
Okay.
So can I get an excuse for, I'm gonna be absent.
Now, that's the way to do it.
I'll just have to schedule in this.
Okay. Commissioner Hanson?
Yes, on a personal comment about the proposal here, too, I'm an elected official, and I feel that it's my responsibility to be at these meetings, because there's a lot of things that a person may not see being here compared to watching a YouTube video of it. And even though I'm not on a lot of the committees, I want to be here to know what's going on. So I have a better understanding when we do have our board meeting that we might be voting on something that I know I was there at that meeting and know what went on, and can make a better judgment decision on that. Thank you.
Yep, good point. Oh, yes,
Is this happening immediately?
yes, tonight,
'Cause
after we vote
I don't
tonight.
like missing meetings, and so I schedule things, doctor's appointments and things around these meetings.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna miss the January and the February meeting. And I'm not worried about it in terms of being an excuse, but I don't like missing meetings, so I'd rather that we had a bit of a, can we start in March or something, or start the second quarter?
No, they'll start after we vote today. So,
Making it hard for me to be a good commissioner when you do that.
Well, excuse you.
you're a good commissioner. I understand you, I understand, and that's a valid point.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
So since we're talking about this, I'll bring this up. I have a few meetings on Monday, okay? On a holiday Monday, most of the holidays are on Mondays. Find the committees, they just bump it to the next week. Well, that's fine and good, except if you have already a meeting on the next Monday, So this is the conflict that a lot of us run into. The next Monday isn't necessarily open.
Yeah, I hear you. So are you proposing
No,
something?
I'm not proposing
okay.
anything,
Okay.
other than stating the fact that there's rescheduling of holiday month, when a holiday falls most likely on a Monday, okay? Committees bump it to the next week. Well, the next week isn't always open. But I've had to deal with this. I've had 3 meetings, boom, 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 trying to get, Zoom was okay. I could make all 3 meetings on Zoom. But when I have to drive across town, but I'm not making any specific problem or cancellation. I just want you to realize that some of this stuff does pop up.
Commissioner Purwhite?
Is there any way for this Wednesday to be Public Works and Planning? Just this week, then? Then in February, Jane will miss it.
No, he said no. He said no, there's not.
I mean, not that we can't turn it around between now and Wednesday of this week. It's not possible. It hasn't been posted, so it hasn't officially been posted to the public. So the time frame, we haven't met that. Now, I will say, you could pick a different day this month if you chose to.
That would be under a special meeting because the board rules, we're gonna approve the board rules, and that wouldn't meet the board rules after we approve it. So it would have to be like a special meeting.
Vote no.
Commissioner Shaver?
Can I make a motion to adopt these rules as amended?
Oh. We have to recess for committee on committees first. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, okay, so we're gonna, my mistake, we can vote on these, so you moved to, move these? Hey. Is there a second? Yeah. What's that? Is there a second? Okay, moved by Commissioner Shaver, supported by Commissioner Hanson. Commissioner Toomey?
Yeah, I guess last thing I'll say before we vote here, I actually didn't notice this when I read this originally, but I also see Public Works and Human Services second to first Wednesday each month. It's going to be the first Wednesday this month on the 7th, and I will be in Grand Rapids for work on the 7th now, right? So you see my problem here? I'm like, I will drive like a bat out of hell to get here, but I had that already pre-planned a long time ago, before this was ever change. So I try my best to plan around these things, and then things inevitably change with special meetings, or we change what Wednesday things are on. And so I'm gonna vote no. I like what you tell me, I like what you say, but it doesn't match what's on the paper. And I had this same problem a year ago where I like what you say, I like the intention, and I think maybe future board leaders will not be as benevolent as you are, Jim. So, I'm gonna vote no on the amendments, but,
Public Works and Human Services is being suggested to change to the second Wednesday from the first.
oh, to the second Wednesday.
And that's the change that's
Oh,
in the packet.
So
I
it's
see.
clear now.
I should be good on that one. I know, I'm looking good now. Never mind, I take that one back.
All right, we'll rewind that comment.
But, point still stands. I think, things happen, so I'm voting no. But that's all I have.
Okay.
It just would have been nice to have a little advance notice.
You are right. That's on me. My apologies. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
No.
All right. Next up, we are going to recess for Committee on Committees. We have Commissioners Barber, Derosha, Commissioners Haskell, and Commissioner Prowright, and myself. We're going to recess to the committee, or the conference room.
Oh. Way to go, Scott.
All right, Committee on Committees has met, and we are reconvening. The report on committee includes, you see in your folder, the committee assignments and also the Board of Commissioners assignments. So give you a minute to look it over. There's not a whole lot of changes, other than we have everything in yellow is the new changes. So Commissioner Shaver will be Vice Chair, Public Safety. Also on Commissioner Shaver will be on Ways and Means, and then on Committee on Committees, that was a new appointment by Barber. On the committee appointments, we have to have opioid settlement oversight committee. So the new ones on that are Commissioner Shaver and Nicole Christensen, myself and Jane Whitaker on the opioid work group. So we just are moving us to that committee as well. On the Eaton County Human Services Collaborative Council, Nicole Christensen is taking Keith Barber's position. And also on Tri-County on Aging, Nicole Christensen is taking Commissioner Hansen's position. And then since the millage went down for CATA, we no longer need a representation on that, so Commissioner Barber will no longer be on that. The Parks Work Group and Opioid Work Group are staying the same.
Looks like I'm on the opioid.
Added Nicole to this.
On Parks Work Group?
Or no, on this, you added Nicole and Andy.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, on the opioid work group. Nicole Christensen and Commissioner Shaver are on that as well. Those are new ads, my apologies. And then in your, okay, we'll do that first. Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve the appointments?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Drosha, supported by Commissioner Toomey. Any comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? No. Motion carries. Also, you see on your, you'll have the meeting times on that first page. Thank you, Claudine. That is handy. And then you'll see those board commission meeting dates, and those that are in yellow are changed because of holidays. Most of them, I don't know if there's any other changes other than because we have to move because of first week in January. What is November 4th?
Because we moved Public Works to the second Wednesday in November is Veterans Day.
Okay,
So the suggestion is to move it to the week before. If the commissioners would like to do it the day before, the day after the holiday, instead of a week before or a week after, that's your pleasure. Public Safety always meets the week after the 4th of July week. But in this case, I didn't think because of ways that you would want to move Public Works a week further, so I put the week before on there. But it's your pleasure as to when you would like to have those when they're rescheduled.
all right, wonderful, thank you. Okay. Next up, we have the disclosure. Did I? Oh, the time, we got to vote on that too? Why can't I remember this every year? Do I have a motion to approve the schedule? Moved by Commissioner Haskell, supported by Commissioner Shaver. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right, now we are on disclosure of conflict of interest. Is there any board member that has someone that works here? I think you gave me a list. Didn't you? I saw it somewhere. Oh, it was in the board rules. So conflict of interest, if any board members has someone working here or does business with the county, those will be considered, obviously, conflict of interest. Is there any of that any commissioner needs to report? Commissioner Haskell.
I don't think they do business with the county, but just in case, my wife works for Samaritas, a faith-based nonprofit that maybe those worlds collide, but if they ever will, I will notify you if it matters.
Okay. Commissioner Toomey.
I work for Michigan Laborers District Council. We don't do any direct business with the county, but I suppose a signatory contractor that is somehow affiliated could, but it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. Next up, we have the deposit of county funds resolution. It's a resolution to allow county treasurer to deposit and withdraw funds. Do I have a motion to move that resolution?
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Pearlwright, supported by Commissioner Rocha. What's that?
It's okay, it's Jane.
Oh,
Wasn't Jean.
all right, we'll change it. Commissioner Whitaker. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we have the senior citizen tax payment resolution. It's a resolution to defer property tax payment for senior citizens and other qualified individuals.
I'm sorry. Point of order.
Yeah.
We missed discussion on the last one, and I wanted to ask a question. We moved right to voting, and I didn't get a chance to ask a
Okay.
question. On the to deposit, the resolution to deposit and withdraw funds, it lists his name on there. Should it be more generic for the treasurer, or is it specific? Because if that changes hands, we'll have to do another resolution.
You have to, yes, you would have to.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is giving Treasurer Raynette the authority.
Okay. Okay, so it has to be.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. That was my question.
okay. Yeah, resolution to defer tax payment for senior citizens and other qualified individuals.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Toomey, supported by Commissioner Pearlwright. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we have limited public comment. Seeing none? All right. And now we recess to a later date. January, oh, you actually wrote it in here, didn't you? And I changed the date. Yeah.
The date.
We are recessing to January 21st, 2026.